Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your October 2018 mid-month general readings. Thank you for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. I am back home in California now after being in Europe for 3 months. Thanks for those of you who continued to follow me. As those of you who follow me know, I do travel quite a bit. And I appreciate those of you who keep up with me. So thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. And thank you to all of my clients, regular and new, for always, no matter where I'm at, keeping me so busy with those personal one-on-one readings. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, you can get more info and details by going to my YouTube channel and clicking on the little About button, or you can click on the description bar of any of the videos I post. Please feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you and set up a reading, live or recorded. Turnaround time's pretty fast too, because I do readings full-time 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do, and I do a wide variety of readings of all different types and lengths of time and costs as well. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy, and that link is also provided. All right, let's get into this reading. This is for the fire sign of Leo. For the last half of October 2018, so we're looking at the last couple of weeks here. If you know your rising and your moon sign, check those videos as well, because that can provide additional clarification for you. Okay, Leo, let's see what's in store for you for the remainder of October 2018. Okay, Leo, we begin with the Seven of Pentacles, followed by death or transformation. Next, we have the Two of Cups, followed by the Six of Swords. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall guidance and focus for the month, you actually had 2 cards flip out, 2 major arcana cards. Beautiful, too. You have the Star and the Sun. Lovely. So, Leo, it looks like you are going through maybe around the middle of the month or so, time always being kind of fluid. And general readings are always going to resonate a little differently for everybody, although the energy and advice always remains the same, regardless of what area of your life this manifests in. But it looks like a lot of you are going through some kind of reflection or assessment period on what you have put into something, what you currently have because of your efforts, and perhaps making decisions about whether or not to continue or to change things or to keep things as they are. It looks like a lot of you are coming to the end of a particular cycle in your life, or you may be contemplating coming to the end of a particular cycle or chapter in your life and letting go of things perhaps that don't work for you. For a lot of you, this may have to do with an important relationship in your life, because we do have that Two of Cups. So we begin with the Seven of Pentacles and death. So the Seven of Pentacles is a card that represents reflection and assessment, and the number 7 corresponds to that: motives, motivations, reflection. It's harvest time on this card. You can see that this woman is looking at what her efforts have produced, because it's harvest time. Did I get everything that I expected to get because of everything that I put into it? Did I at least get a return on my efforts? Did I get more? Did I get less? So it's a card of taking stock of something in your life that it looks like you've invested quite a bit into. Now, what clarifies and accompanies that card is death or transformation, a major arcana card. And death represents, death, an ending, a pretty significant ending, because it's major arcana. And when death comes up, usually, not always, but usually it represents that what is coming to an end, or what needs to come to an end, or what you're contemplating bringing to an end, is something that's been there for quite some time. And death represents a complete clearing out of the ground so that something new can be planted and begin to manifest and grow in its place, or the complete transformation, a significant transformation of something that's already there. So for some of you, this is going to be contemplation on something which is already coming to an end, or has been kind of cleared out, or is clearing out from your life. And some of you may be contemplating whether or not to bring something to an end. You may be taking a look at a relationship, because next to the Seven of Pentacles and the Death card, we have the Two of Cups and the Six of Swords. And the Two of Cups is right next to the Seven of Pentacles. So reflection and assessment. And the Two of Cups represents it's often called the soulmate card. Now, soulmates can be of a romantic love nature of that sort. They don't necessarily have to be. Soulmates can also be best friends, kindred spirits, a karmically connected relationship or union, because fundamentally the Two of Cups represents a beautiful union. In job, work, and career, it can also represent, finding the perfect job for you, not a perfect job, because I don't think that exists, or a perfect relationship, but the one that's right for you, because it means a great union in more than just visible, tangible ways. For example, for those of you for whom this might resonate as a soulmate or very important relationship, this is more than just physical or chemical attractions or having the same hobbies. It's really connecting well with somebody else on a variety of different levels, kind of a meeting of the mind, the heart, and the spirit as well. So some of you, this thing that you're contemplating, some of you may be looking at the significant or a significant relationship in your life, and looking at where you're at, looking at the efforts that you've put into it. You may be asking yourself if it's time to completely transform this relationship. You may be asking yourself if it's time for it to end. Some of you, this may be looking at an ending that has already happened or is in the process of happening, and looking at what you put into it. And, whether or not you move forward with this relationship or not, the Seven of Pentacles represents, when we take stock of what we have and whether or not it's worth continuing, sometimes we find that we need to make a change and bring a situation or a job or a relationship to an end. But the Seven of Pentacles also takes a look at perhaps changing how I do things moving forward into the future. How did I put my efforts into this relationship? Or, for some of you, this could be a job or work situation as well that you thought was a really great match for you. Should I continue investing in it? Do I feel like we're doing well? When I take a look at my long-term goals, is where I'm going with this person or this situation moving me towards my long-term goals? And if not, if I'm going to be starting over again, can I take a look at what my experiences and my choices have been with this relationship or this job or this project or this whatever this situation might be for you? I think for most of you it's a relationship. Whether it's a romantic one or not, it's important and significant. If I choose to leave this behind moving forward, are there lessons I've learned from this? What are the lessons I've learned, and how can I take those forward with me in making different decisions, in another relationship or in a different situation? There is a lot of healing and restoration. I mean, you have a beautiful spread. Under that Two of Cups, that kind of kindred spirit, soulmate relationship connection or job connection, or project. Some of you, this could be a spiritual path as well too. What clarifies the Two of Cups is the Six of Swords, which is a card of healing. It's a card of moving into a more stable, peaceful time. Some of you who have ended a relationship or a relationship recently have ended, even though, there may be some emotional pain and some grief about that. The Six of Swords represents healing. It could have been maybe a turbulent relationship or a relationship that was painful, in which case the Six of Swords, again, represents moving into a better time. If you could see the water behind the boat, it would be very choppy and wavy and turbulent. But as you can see, the water she's moving into is very calm and placid and serene. Now it's transitional, meaning that you're moving away from whatever the source of the instability or the challenge or the struggle or the pain is. You're not quite to the other shore yet, on solid ground, but you're definitely moving towards that. And there is a healing, particularly a healing of the mind, of the thoughts, and the heart as well, because swords is air energy, which is has a lot to do. It's cerebral psychological energy, and it has a lot to do with our belief systems and our perspectives. For those of you who are transitioning out or away from an unhealthy relationship, this could represent healing in and of your own thoughts and your mental and emotional atmosphere as well. Some of you, this may represent a relationship that you have been in that has gone through a very turbulent time. But again, you're transitioning out of it. There's some aspects of the relationship that need to transform. The two of you may be committed to moving forward in this relationship, and you're taking a look at the changes that you can make in that and how you can transform this moving forward. Some of you, there may be a reconciliation or a closure on a difficult relationship as well. And for those of you for whom this doesn't resonate as a relationship, particularly a romantic relationship. The Two of Cups can represent a project that you were on that you thought was a really great match for you or had been a really great match for you. It can represent a spiritual path as well. Because there's some sense of contemplation about it because something has come to an end or is ending or transforming in some way. And you're taking a look at what your investments are. Some of you may be in a relationship or a situation that is in a difficult or rocky place, and you're looking at, I'm putting a lot of effort into this. I've gotten some stuff out of it. This is what I've gotten out of it. What do I do with this? Do I continue investing in this? Do I make changes? Do I leave it behind completely? Kind of information. Some of you, this relationship at or towards the end of August going into November is slowly but surely getting better, regardless of how this resonates for you in the specifics and details, because in general readings it's going to resonate a little differently for everybody. Regardless of the specifics in your life, you are definitely healing and moving through this and away from whatever the source of this turbulence or pain has been. Whether you're moving away from a relationship, whether you're moving into a healing phase in a relationship, or there's been maybe a break in the past and you're finally moving through a healing phase of that. You're not quite there yet, but you are definitely on your way. And this is also goes the same for any kind of spiritual path or job situation or career path situation where you're just trying to, maybe some major change has happened, something has come to an end, or you may be asking yourself if a particular job situation or project needs to come to an end because of what the harvest is. Maybe it's run its course, or you're not getting out of it what you have put into it as well. Do you end it or do you transform it? How does that go through? Because Seven of Pentacles and Death represents contemplation and reflection over what you've gotten. But Death represents something which has probably been there for quite some time, which is coming to an end and needs to come to an end once and for all. But there's peace and healing and restoration, a quietness and a stillness in this, which is healing. And the healing process has its up and down times too, particularly in the initial part of a healing phase, like when you have surgery or something. It gets better as time goes on. But it does have its up and down days, but overall you're definitely moving into a better place. Now your crowning cards, because you got two fell out together from the bottom of the deck, which represents the overall focus for the remainder of October and your advice and guidance. Well, you have two major arcana cards and they are beautiful, Leo. You have the Star. The Star is the light which shines in the darkness to kind of illuminate the path and show us the way. The Star is a card of renewed hope, faith, and optimism. Renewed because I usually see the Star show up after a period of illness or darkness or despair or pain. Something happens or just, spirit comes in to kind of cradle you. And that's the other thing too. There's definitely a sense of divine, maybe angelic guardian spirits around you, God, spirit, your angels and guides kind of cradling you and giving you a sense of renewed hope, faith, and optimism, darkness into light, winter into spring, sickness into health. For some of you, if this is health issues as well, the Star would represent recovering after a period, probably a long period of illness, or a long period of struggle of some kind. The Star is a card that represents having hope and faith that the path that you're on is the right one. You do the work that's in front of you to do, meaning put one foot in front of the other, and trusting, giving your all to it, and spirit beating and matching you, because this is one of the wish fulfillment cards too. Have faith, have hope. You are healing and you're moving into a better time. And then the second crowning card that came out with it was the Sun, the most powerfully influential card in the tarot, because when the Sun comes out, it affects everything, it influences everything, it shines over everything. It automatically boosts the positive energy of other cards in the spread and can lessen any challenging energy in the card, sometimes negate it. There's a sense of relief with the Sun. kind of breathing a sigh of relief, restrictive energies lifting, depression lifting, recovering from illness. There's a strong theme of fun too. Some of you may want to spend more time getting out in the sun if it's possible for some of you at this time of the year. I know we're kind of transitioning into a different weather time. You know, maybe getting out and getting more sun, and being out around people, maybe being a bit more socially active too, is also going to be helpful for the remainder of October 2018. A beautiful, beautiful reading, Leo. So Leo, that pretty much wraps up your October 2018 mid-month readings. I hope you have enjoyed it and that you found it helpful. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, live or recorded, you can get all that contact information by clicking on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, or just click on the description bar of the videos I post. You can email me directly, excuse me, at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you and set up a reading as quickly as we can, live or recorded. I do a wide variety of and different lengths of time and types of readings too. I do love and romance, of course, relationship compatibility charts, reconciliation spreads, career, work, and finance, investment readings. I do channeled messages from past on loved ones, as long as there was a good emotional connection there, or a strong emotional connection. I do 6 and 12-month overviews, which a lot of people like, particularly looking towards the end of the year to see what the next 6 months or the next year is bringing in all the main areas of your life. And I also do gift readings, which seem to be, while you can do gift readings for people, purchase a gift reading for somebody else. They seem to be quite popular in the last quarter of the year as, you know, holiday gifts for people. So something to keep in mind as well. And you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy, and that link is also provided. That's good for fast answers to quick, easy questions. I offer everything from one question reading there, you know, up to an hour, or different specific spreads. So another option. So Leo, I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the November 2018 general readings. Wow, doesn't the time just go by in a blink? Thank you for joining us here today, and I hope to see the rest of you in a couple of weeks for the November readings. And until then, as always, Leo, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care. Bye-bye.